everyone. It's Saturday morning. It's time to do some chicken chores, starting with checking the eggs. Now, I normally check eggs every day, whether it's before I go to work or after I come home, or both, depending on how much time I have in between. But I try at least every weekend, if I can, to do a little cleanup. Sometimes life gets in the way and I can't always do cleanup in the chicken house, but I will try my hardest to at least rake the pen and make sure things are looking good. So first I'm going to try to collect the eggs before I start cleaning up, because I don't want to get the eggs all messed up. Now I'm going to flip this over. This is the hen house, and as you can see, there's chicken poop. I do have some eggs that I will be collecting, and I will grab these, put them in my lovely little apron. So after I've collected the eggs, I will pull the piece out and I will hose it down to get some of that chicken poop out. Then I will go into the pen and I will rake the pen. And I'm just gonna go backwards here. It's hard to tell, but it's all sand, and of course there's stuff, either chicken poop or whatever they unearth, whatever it is. It's just nice to rake it. I will put diatomaceous earth on there, and I will show you that here shortly. Here it is. I pulled it out of the chicken hen house where they lay the eggs, and now I'm gonna spray it. This is just a plastic flooring type material that was given to us, and I decided to use it in the hen house because it works really well and it's easy to clean. I can pull it out. I will, after I spray everything off, I will spray it with a bleach solution, a couple of tablespoons per gallon. It's not very strong, just enough to disinfect and not cause any issues with the chickens, and put it back in. So now I'm inside the chicken coop house. It's hard because I call that the hen house where they lay the eggs, and then the chicken coop, which is the bigger area. But so anytime I'm obviously dealing with the cleanup, I put gloves on, because I'm going to be picking stuff up the ground and just kind of looking at things in general. But I will rake the pen, and the ground is uneven. I try to even it out, but sometimes it's kind of hard to do, so I just generally try to rake it and get all the extra stuff, maybe food that we gave them. We do give them some scraps from the house, avoiding any meat. It's always, whether it's pasta or vegetables, cuttings and whatnot. And sometimes there's stuff that they won't finish eating and it kind of gets nasty, so that's why I like to rake the pen, as well as unearthing things that they might want to eat. I always find some kind of grub or worm or something that as I'm raking, they go at it and they help me out here. So I will finish the pen and I will tell you more about the diatomaceous earth afterwards. So I'll rake the pen. The dirt is now loose. I still have to do a little bit more cleanup. I have a water bowl here that constantly has water filling in, but the water tends to, of course, create some growth there, so I'm gonna empty it out and clean it with the bleach solution. This is the diatomaceous earth, and I do get the food grade. That is important. I order it through Amazon. This is a white, very fine powder, and I put it all over the pen where the chickens are at. Now, diatomaceous earth does help with fleas, lice, some other external parasites that the chickens might suffer from. And what I do is I spread it, I just do a light ground cover on the entire pen, so when they roll on it, they can peck on it. It's food grade, so it's okay for them to eat. It's not harmful to them if they ingest it. And it's actually good for gardening as well, but I have personally not used it gardening yet, but I will this year. It helps with, you know, again, the same mites and stuff like that that the ground, the dirt in the soil might have that can attack the root system of the plants. But for now we're talking chickens, so this will help with the chickens. There's people that put it in a sandbox for them so they can actually roll in it. I guess these mites or lice or other parasites, fleas and stuff like that, get in the follicle of the feather follicle, and obviously produces issues for the chickens. I've been doing this for several years. I don't do it every week. I do it maybe once a month, or when I can remember, just as a preventative. And I don't think I've ever seen my chickens have any problems with any of those pests, at least not visually. Usually when I have a chicken die is because either old age or some other respiratory issues because of the weather changes. Otherwise, it's been safe for the chickens so far. The diatomaceous earth inside a metal bin with a lid, so that way it stays dry and no moisture gets in it. And it's hard to kind of see, but lightly ground cover in white. Almost looks like a little bit of snow there. Throughout the pen. I know I didn't mention this before I started spreading the diatomaceous earth on the ground, but always wear protective equipment. This is a simple respiratory mask. It's a filter. You can get this at Harbor Freight and Tool. And the gloves, I get them at Harbor Freight and Tool as well. I use the gloves, they're very thick. They have different sizes, and I use them for everything around the house, garden, chickens, etc. So in addition to the diatomaceous earth, I also put crushed seashells. I buy them at Tractor Supply. A bag of it, I'm not sure what the poundage is because I got rid of the bag. However, I spread the same way I spread the diatomaceous earth. I go around and I spread the crushed seashells in the chicken coop. I actually have it in a little bucket now because the bag ripped, but basically it's just crushed seashells. Now this is calcium for the chickens, so when they consume it or eat it or peck at it, eventually it helps with the egg shell to be harder and it doesn't crumble. So if the chickens are deficient in calcium, this helps additional calcium that's might not be on the diet, or they might not be getting enough, especially if they're laying eggs every day. This concludes the Saturday morning cleaning up the chicken coop video with the diatomaceous earth and the crushed seashells. Hopefully I'll have more videos after this with the chickens, and we'll just keep in touch.